All right, guys. Oh, it's about 10 o'clock at night on a Friday. Just got the family settled in and we come down here to do a little work for the ride next weekend. We got a pretty bad leaking rear main seal. So I'm just a one-man show with an old iPhone. So I'm gonna try to give you a little bit of a play-by-play on how this goes, but I can't promise you it's gonna be excellent. Anyway, as you can see, we got some extensive moisture. Which, well, that word bothers some people, but the moisture is significant on this oil pan. And it's causing a little bit of clutch chatter. You can see it's all the way back here on the trans. So we're gonna drop the oil, drop the pan, and put a rear main in it. So first thing we're gonna do, obviously pull that drain plug, drain the oil, pull the pan. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And I'll come back and show you when we get the pan off. All right, guys and gals, got the oil pan off, and it is surprisingly clean in here. All the rods feel good and tight. No slop, no play nowhere. So anyway, our next step, we got to get this rear cap off. Rear main seal is just above that. It's a two-piece seal, so we'll be able to drive the top half out, and the bottom half will be in this this main cap here. To get the main cap off, we've got to take off this bolt, drop the oil pump down, and that will leave our main cap bolt there, and then there's a main cap bolt right there. You can see the edge of it under the oil pump. So I'm gonna drop this, get down to that main cap, pull the main cap off, clean the surfaces, and then I'll bring you back in here, show you what it looks like without the main cap on. And I'll show you the bottom side of the main cap, the rear main seal, how it goes back in and all that. So give me a few and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. We've got the main bearing cap off. So that there is the back side of the crank. You got your oil pump drive shaft right there. So basically, your rear main seal, let's see if I can move this light. Your rear main seal goes in right there. It goes around the top of the crank, comes back out over here. And then the bottom side of the rear main seal goes on the main bearing cap. And that's what keeps the oil from coming out this way, which ours is obviously not doing. And that's why we're replacing it. So the best way to do this is to take a small punch and carefully try to tap one side or the other of this rear main that's up in the block. And they're pretty hard, so it's usually hard enough to, when you start to push it, it'll drive this side out far enough to where you can get a hold of it with a pair of vice grips or something, pull it on out. And then when you go to put the new one in, it's the same thing but reverse. Just lube it up really good, push it up and around until you see it on this side, and then you just set the other side on the main bearing cap. But we'll show you that when I get back up out of here on the main bearing cap side. Okay, so this is the main cap. It goes on the very back of the engine. There's your main bearing there. So you can see the edge of this rear main sticking up here, and it runs down in this channel all the way around. That's what seals the bottom half of the engine off, out on the clutch side to keep the oil from coming out. So what I did on the engine side is basically just took a punch and pushed down right on the edge to push that seal out and around the crank. And once you get this much sticking out, usually they'll work right out of there. Usually. So this one's got a lot of oil on it, and it is hard as a rock. So hopefully that's going to be the main issue. I know the pan was leaking a little bit, but This is definitely gonna be part of it. So, I'm gonna pop a new one in here, pop a new one up in the block, clean all the surfaces up as best we possibly can. And then we're gonna slap a new rear main and oil pan gasket in this old girl. And hopefully slow down that leaking. Convenience store's 2 miles up the road. It takes 3 quarts of oil to get there and back. So we're gonna try to slow that down, Scotch. But we'll get on that and we'll get back with you here in just a moment. All right, got the oil pan out on the table, got it all cleaned up. A little, really light coat of silicone all the way around it. Got some cork gaskets, which I prefer. Got our main cap all done up. Got a little bit of silicone on the oil pump, just a little bit. Got it tacking up. Got the bottom part of the oil pan gasket on. Got the rear main seal in. A little bit of silicone on the top of each side there. Getting ready to stab this thing back together. I'll show you a view once we get the main cap and the oil pump back on. All right, got our main cap back on. Got our oil pump back on. Everything's tightened down. Torque the cap. Looking the way it did when we started. Getting ready to put the pan back on. Got her all cleaned up, new gaskets. Ready to slip it on. All you do, slip it on, run your bolts back in around the pan, torque them down. That's it. No more licky. So I'll show you one more time when we're all done, and then we'll close it out. All right, guys. So a lot of people have a lot of different questions about what kind of oil do you run in your Mopar, no-par. The best thing that I've come across as far as viscosity and lubricity is I like to use 1540 after I drain it out of my diesel truck. I only run it for 10,000 miles, so there's still plenty of life left in it. Everybody knows that the Rotella 1540's got a high zinc level, so it's not going to hurt anything to run that. But I know everybody hates the ads. Everybody hates the sponsorship where they have to stop the video and go over it. But we're gonna knock 2 birds out with 1 stone. We're gonna put the oil in this old motor and give you the sponsor for this video. Actually, there's 2 sponsors. The first one would be Winch Outdoors. Quality fella, good guy, puts out a lot of good content. He is in a Land Cruiser club, but I don't hold that against him. You know, everybody has their faults, but anyway, yeah, he brought it to us. He's the one who bought the rear main seal kit for us, and this video wouldn't be possible without him. And the Slater Rock Shop. Slater Rock Shop is the one who provided this oil came out of my 6.7 Power Stroke truck. This oil actually came out of his LBZ Duramax. So we're hoping that this is going to add a little bit of power to this old Mopar. But yeah, without those 2 people, these videos, I mean, you just wouldn't get them. Because the amount of money that we're putting in these vehicles surpasses what they're worth, you know? And I mean, at some point, you just got to call it quits. So, you know, without those 2, none of this would happen. So big thanks to them. And I have no idea how much oil we just put in this, but but that's it, guys. Top her off with oil. Go down, snug all your oil pan bolts, run it for a little while, snug them again, which I probably won't do, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, that's it. Rear main seal, you can do it in a couple hours, at least if it's a 2-piece seal. If it's a 1-piece seal, yeah, you're out of luck. But it's a little bit more difficult. But that's gonna be it for this video. Appreciate y'all watching. And like I said on my Instagram post, we got a ride coming up this coming weekend, about 7 or 8 days from today. And a bunch of us are gonna get together. Hopefully, we're gonna have a lot of good video for y'all between this channel Winch Outdoors and the Slater Rock Shop. So tune in for that, and we'll see y'all next time. Appreciate it.